Hello and welcome back, Turd Birds. It is 2.4 after school planner time. So, what we got going on over here in the assignment tab? It says, having trouble keeping track of your time? No need to write down your activities. Just code a planner to do it for you. So, here's our input: total time available, afternoon activities, and time for each activity. Our output's going to be schedule of activities and time to spend on each. Our requirements: use a loop to track remaining minutes, increment a string to keep a running list, concatenate it with plus equal, and use the \n string to add line breaks. And then we got some challenges in here if you want to take a gander. Challenge 1, don't go below 0 minutes left. Okay. And it kind of gives us some instructions here on how to do that. Challenge number 2 is give the starting time for each activity, meaning at the beginning of the program you have the user enter the starting time and the starting minute as separate inputs. So we could totally do that as well, but those are challenges, so we're gonna save those for a moment. So let me run this solution real quick just to test it. Running. How many minutes of free time do we have in the afternoon? Let's say we have 2.5. Is it going to let me do that? Nope, it is not, because it does not like the float. So let me try it again. Let's say I've just got 2 hours. How many minutes? Oh, minutes. Duh. Okay, so 60 plus 60 is 120. All right. Says you have 120 minutes remaining. What activity do you want to do? Nap. How many minutes do you want to do with that activity? 100 and 100. Okay, you have 20 minutes remaining. What do I want to do? Stare into the abyss. How do I spell abyss? Alexa, how do I spell abyss?
Abyss is spelled A-B-Y-S-S.
Oh, it's a Y. Okay, stare into the abyss. How many minutes do I want to do that? 20 minutes. Time's up. Woohoo! Okay, so that's how it's going to work. All right, so let's blow this up here so we can see what we're doing. And never mind the bug. Remember, the bug is a fake bug because I accidentally tried to type in a float and it didn't want to float. So no problem, no floaty because it don't want it. So now let's take a look at our first bank of comment tags. It says, ask the user how much free time in minutes they have in their afternoon. Typecast to an integer and assign it to the variable minutes left. So of course we always start with the variable, so that is minutes underscore left equals or gets, as we say when it's 1 equals. I need to typecast it to an integer. So I do int first, then input, because I need to ask them the question. And I'm going to say, how many minutes of free time do you have in the, do I need to say in the afternoon? In the afternoon. It's the golden afternoon. Bonus points to anyone who can tell me what movie that came from. Okay, so I got double parenthesis. Do I need them? Yes, I do. What did I say? I said minutes underscore left. That's my variable. Gets integer input. How many minutes of free time do you have left? Do you have in the afternoon? They're going to type in a number. Okay, and then the reason we need this to be an integer is because we're going to be subtracting from this amount. In order to be able to do the maths, we have to be able to, turn them into integers here. So you can't do the maths with a string. It's got to be an integer. All right, let's look at line 15. It says assign an empty string to the variable schedule. I cannot do it. My schedule won't allow it. So we go schedule. Schedule gets blank. Schedule gets open and close quotation marks because this is empty. The schedule is empty, ladies and germs. All right, moving on. Oh, it says test. So let's test it. Make sure we got no bugs. How many minutes of free time do we have? Minutes. That's 60 minutes in an hour. And so that's 120 total minutes. And you know, I might just throw that in there and do a print and say there. Do I want to put it there? No, I don't. I want to put it up here. Why, when I put my cursor at the end of the comment tag, will it not let me hit enter on this computer? Print. There are 60 minutes in an hour. Quotation. Why did I add that? Because I know some of you do not know this pertinent information. You must know there are 60 minutes in an hour, which means how many minutes is in a half an hour? Oh, maths. Be mathin', yo. That would be 60 divided by 2. Hopefully you can do that in your head. If not, we need to have a conversation. All right, so we're down here at line 22 again. And we're doing the main loop. And it says, while minutes left remains greater than 0. That should be easy peasy for you right now. That's while minutes underscore left greater than 0. Don't forget that colon. While minutes left greater than 0. All of that's accounted for. So while that's happening, folks, we got to code what's happening in our loop. Now, notice something, please, ladies and gents. You see how these comment tags are suddenly indented? What could that mean? Foreshadowing. What could that mean? Hopefully you realize that you have to hit the tab button right here. So I'm right about line 27. Hopefully you are too. Hit that tab one time. If you forgot where the tab is, it's next to the letter Q. Now we need to print how many minutes left that the user has. So I'm going to go print, parenthesis, quotation mark. I'm going to say you have, space, quotation mark, plus symbol, str, because I got to turn that integer that I made up there into a string to concatenate. Minutes, underscore, left. How do I know what that is? Because I made it right there at line 12, minutes left. Okay? This is not voodoo, folks. This is programming. All right, plus sign again, quotation mark, space, minutes remaining, period, quotation mark, parenthesis. Okay? So print, you have plus sign, str, minutes left, plus sign, minutes left. I got my closing parenthesis. Now let's jump down to line 31. Oh, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit the tab button. There it is, tab. And it says, ask the user for an activity, assign it to the variable activity. Okay, so activity first. Activia. Nope, not that. Activity. Okay, activity equals input, parenthesis, quotation mark. What activita do you want to do? Question mark. Space, quotation mark, parenthesis. Why do I add those spaces there? Well, if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that I can't stand it when what you type is smashed up against the end of your question. So by putting some spaces there is not smashed up against the end of what we just coded. Okay? All right, got that. Let's do this next piece. Don't forget to tab. Indentation is your friend. Okay, it says, ask the user how long in minutes the activity will take. Typecast to an integer and assign to minutes. Okay, so we go minutes equals integer input, quotation mark, how many minutes will that activity take? Question mark, space, quotation mark, parenthesis. Why do I have two parentheses? Ladies and gents, tell me why I need two parentheses. Hopefully you said, because we have a parenthesis there, and they must have a buddy. At the end, it's a buddy system. Okay, so we've got all of that. Looks pretty good. I haven't been prompted to test yet. Looks like I'm being prompted to test here. Notice these are still indented, which means tab button. It says decrement minutes left by minutes. Decrement minutes left by minutes. So I go minutes underscore left minus equal minutes. So I'm taking what I said here in line 35 and I'm subtracting it from my big total that I declared at the top. Okay, that's what's happening right here. And then it says test. So let's test it. Why not? You have 60 minutes in an hour. How many minutes of free time do you have in the afternoon? I'm going to say I have 60. Why not? You have 60 minutes remaining because I have done nothing yet. What activity will you do? Sleep. And how long will I do that? 35 minutes. You have 25 minutes left. What activity will you do? Play World of Warcraft. And how long will that take you? 90 million minutes. Nope. The only thing I got left is 25. So 25. Boom. Okay, how many minutes? So far so good. No bugs. Yay. All right, let's finish. It says increment schedule by activity. Okay, so we are incrementing strings on this one, which is kind of fun. You know, who knew? So schedule, it's not really said like that. You know, I'm just being silly. Because you know what? You might be listening to this video right now in the middle of class. I'm talking to myself at 10 o'clock at night. Yes, folks. Be a teacher, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Well, I mean, they weren't wrong. It is fun. But it gets a little weird sometimes, and you have to entertain yourself. All right, so I have 60 minutes an hour. How many free minutes do I have? Let's say 45 this time. What do I want to do? Sleep. How long am I going to do that? 40. Have 5 minutes left. What am I going to do? Stare into the abyss. How long am I going to do that? 5 minutes. Okay, so far so good. No bugs yet. All right, let's keep going. Next one, line 49. Oh, it's a tabbing situation. It says increment schedule by the string, colon. Wow, okay, sure. schedule, schedule, plus equal, quotation mark, colon, space, quotation mark. Jeez, all right, that one's done. Let's move on to line 52-ish. Tab that baby over. It says increment schedule by minutes typecast to a string. Increment schedule by minutes typecast to a string. So that goes schedule. Again. Plus equal is increment. String. Parenthesis. Minutes. Parenthesis. Okay, schedule plus equals string minutes. Why did I turn minutes into a string? Because I can't print integers and strings at the same time. They have to be the same thing. So schedule is a string. I turn the minutes into a string. You see how that works? Hopefully you are paying attention. All right, so I'm going down to line 55, and it says increment schedule by the string minutes. Okay, so schedule again. Schedule plus equal quotation space minutes quotation. Okay, don't forget the space. Nobody likes it when your words touch. Ew, David. All right, moving on. Line 60, tab that baby over as well. It says increment schedule by the string \n. Remember, that's supposed to do a line break. \n. It's the magic code. And it even tells you there, it says, this creates a new line break. Okay, so let's do it. We're going to go schedule plus equal. Schedule plus equal. Quotation mark, backslash. Oop, that's a forward slash. Don't do that, kids. Where's the backslash? Oh, I think it's over here in the return area. Yep, there it is. It's next to the brackets. So if you're looking at your keyboard, you're going to find the letter P. Go to the right, you'll see brackets. Go to the right again, you're going to see brackets. And then go to the right again, and that should be your backslash. Okay? Don't do the question mark button. No to the question mark button. Okay? Somebody's going to screw this up, and they're going to be like, Coach, it's not working. And I'm going to say, you used the wrong slash. I'm going to say it just like that. Okay? All right. Let's test, because why? Because I'm a rule follower, and it says test. Here we go. There are 60 minutes. How many minutes you have? 35. What am I going to do? Sleep. For how long? 30. What am I going to do for 5 minutes? Stare into space. Okay. How long am I going to do that? 5 minutes. In program, no bugs. Yay. Yay for no bugs. Okay, so go to line 64. It says print an empty line for spacing. Now, why? Tell me why. They didn't just have me test it once right here. Okay, so print, open close parenthesis, and that's it. And I'm not testing that. Come on. You know I coded that correctly. There is not going to be an error for line 64. Okay, so I'm not testing that. All right, moving on. Moving down to line 71. 71-ish for you. We're in the final output section, okay? So if you happen to have extra lines on the side, it's okay. Just pay attention to your comment tags and make sure you're in the right spot with your comment tags. That's what matters more than the number of the line that you're on. Okay, so notice that these are not indented anymore. Okay, those were, these are not. So these are not part of your while loop. These are the codes. These are the codes. Yeah, I talk great. But this is the code that's going to run after your while loop is done. So it says print the message, time's up. Parenthesis quotation mark, time's up. And we got to be dramatic. I mean, come on. Throw in some extra exclamation points in there. Exclamation. The time is up. All right, line 74-ish, it says print a blank line. Print, parenthesis quotation mark. Line 77 says print the title, your schedule, madam. So print, parenthesis quotation mark. And I always like to make this uppercase, your schedule. Whoops. schedule. Quotation mark, parenthesis. Turn off the caps lock before I forget. Okay, and then the next one, this one's easy too. Line 80-ish, it says print a line of dashes. Print, parenthesis, quotation mark. And then just hit the dash button. Where is that? It's next to the 0 at the top of your computer screen. Or your keyboard, not your computer screen. Gee whiz. And then it says print schedule. What the heck do they mean here? Print schedule. Here's what they mean. Print, parenthesis, schedule. Now, how did I do that? Because, folks, if you remember way back up here, see all these? We have been adding stuff to the variable called schedule all that time. So down in line 84 is when I finally print everything that I had added to that schedule. Okay, so now let's do one final test. Okay, there are 60 minutes in an hour. How many minutes do you have? 125. Okay, what activity are you going to do? I'm going to sleep. How long are you going to do that? 5 minutes. Okay, I have 120 minutes left. What will I do? Teach, period, 2. How long am I going to do that? 45 minutes. Okay, I have 75 minutes left. What will you do? Teach, period, 3. How many minutes will that take? 45. What will you do? 30 minutes left. Oh, man, 30 minutes. Go pee. How many minutes will that take? 3. Technically, it's 3.5, but we're just going to say 3. Okay, I have 27 minutes left. What will you do? Teach sum of period 4. 5. Haha. How many minutes will that take? Well, obviously, all I've got left is 27 minutes, so that's all it's going to take. And then there's my schedule. Sleep, teach period 2, teach period 3, go pee, and teach sum of period 4, 5. Yay! That's our schedule and it printed and there are no errors. How fun! Aren't you having fun? Of course you are. Okay, don't forget you got some challenges here and I believe in you. So this says don't go below 0 just after getting minutes for an individual activity as an input. Add a nested loop. Make the clause while minutes greater than minutes left. While minutes greater than minutes left. Add an input statement inside the loop that says you only have blank minutes left. Please enter a shorter time. Typecast and store the results of this input in the minutes variable. You can do that. It tells you exactly what to do. Come on, people. Come on. I believe in you. I believe in you, Cletus. You can do this. All right. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Toodles!